This is Amiga A500 Mini. It's licensed and made by Retro Games, same as this C64. All these got pretty popular in recent years, all this NES, SNES, PS1 and Sega and whatnot. And now we're gonna review A500 Mini Amiga. It comes with 25 built-in games. I'm going to unbox it, I'm going to show you how it works, I'm going to talk about its quirks and features. We're gonna play a few games together. First, we remove this plastic bag. Let's take a look at the box. A500 Mini, beautiful design. Power adapter not included, but you can use pretty much anything, your old phone power adapter. It's a good variety of different games. There is a way to add more games with some update and USB stick. A little bit somewhat complicated. Here we have T-rated, teen adolescence. Means if you're below 13 you can't play it, but you're probably in your 50s. Used to use floppy disks. Emulates 500, 600 and 1200. It tells you what it comes with. All you need to play it is a TV with HDMI input and a power adapter. Here we have some simple plastic seal. Very small, very tiny, very light. 3 USB ports, HDMI output, and is it USB-C? This is not functional. Serial number there. You can connect a real keyboard and mouse over here. We have 3 USB ports, keyboard, mouse and flash drive with extra games. We have a quick guide here, tells you about it. Controllers also. And here we have 2 boxes, one with a controller, I assume, and one with a mouse. An HDMI cable gonna be somewhere there. Here in this box we got mouse, very old-fashioned, certainly different from a modern one. Sensor here, plastic. You know what? I like clicks on this one more. I like the buttons here. USB mouse, this one is wireless though. And we have HDMI cord. Everything is kind of beige. Standard HDMI cord, 1.8 feet I believe, kind of short. And here in the controller box, we'll probably have controller and power cord. Power cord, USB-C to USB-A. USB-C goes into console, so it's really modern, and USB into your power adapter. And this is the controller. It's interesting design. I like it. Also beige. Let's look over here. We don't have much here. 2022, made by Retro Games. Nice. The buttons are on the harder side. When you press, it's like you need some force. You need some strength, which is not always a bad thing. We'll see in the games how it is. The controller cord is like 6 feet, which is great. I decided to preserve its original parts, so I connected it with Nintendo HDMI cord. I used my portable monitor USB-C cord for power. I'm just powering it through a surge protector. And the other side of HDMI cord went into a projector. And here we have the image. First you choose the language. It's pretty loud, I would say. You can choose 50 or 60 Hertz. It was more popular in Europe, and most of Europeans were using 50 Hertz, and games are European and whatnot, so I was suggested to use 50 Hertz option. And here we go. Here we can see all the games. By the way, this computer/console was pretty advanced for its time. Although C64 was somewhat more popular in the United States. I pressed home and then I just got a save game. We got 4 save slots, same as in NES and SNES. Let's say I want to save here, and then just... You can just use controller instead of a mouse, just like that. So, do I need to speak to him? Controls. Some games are definitely better off with a mouse, as we can see, but you can still use the controller for mouse and for everything. We connected a wireless mouse over here, and look. We connected a wireless mouse over here, and it works. So basically you can connect any modern mouse and or keyboard. You can connect your Razer or whatever you like. I'm thinking it should have had one more USB-A. So if you connect your controller, your mouse, your keyboard, and a flash drive. But you probably won't be using all 3 of these. Great console with good old games.